bang. William. Obviously, we have to talk about a little bit of WWE. We can touch on SmackDown, but of course, the main event, which was pretty decent. I did catch majority of it. The one I probably missed was the best match of the night, was which Braun Breaker and fucking Sheamus.
Right.
I believe I don't know what I was doing at that moment that I missed it. I did see the Jacob Fatu, but let's touch on Raw for a bit and give me a quick second. When is the Royal Rumble?
Next Saturday.
Oh, it's next Saturday already. Woo! That's gonna be a good one. Okay, that means we're gonna get our prediction out today. Who wins? Who's the final four? Who's the final two? And special predictions. I mean, special. ¿Quién va a salir de surprise? Just give me a quick second here. Or you can take it. What do you think about the Penta fight?
I mean, I feel like, obviously he's still getting, I guess, used to WWE. I don't know if it's still nervous, but like, he has a very not simple, sorry, but very
basic
skill set. Like, it was the same moves that he used on Chad Gable. He used this time around again. Now, obviously, for someone brand new watching him for the first time, it's like, oh, okay, cool, like, and then seeing it again, it's like, okay, well, is that all he has? It's the same dive out the ring, the same arm lock, the same, so it's like, like that. Basically, are you gonna keep doing this over and over and over again? If that's the case, he's gonna die out real quick with the fans.
It will. It may or it may not. Look at Jay.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason he's over because of Yeet and his little and his theme song, right? So, because I keep looking at his promos, I'm like, yeah, they're good, but they're not great. They're good, they're not great. And what makes them great is that he goes Yeet, Yeet like every 30 seconds. It's like when Stone Cold used to say the what chants, what, and then he would go with the crowd. The only difference is that way before that, Stone Cold was already cutting promos, and he was doing them really good. And I don't know if Penta's moveset is limited because of the people that he's working with. Because I seen his matches in Lucha Underground. I saw some in AEW. Y no se mira igual. Sí se mira much. He looks more simple to storytelling. For instance, when he fought Chad Gable, he pretended that he had his knee injured.
Right.
And then when he fought Pete Dunne, he pretended that his hands was injured, and he not pretending, selling, right? He sold the knee, he sold the fist. So he's storytelling in that direction where you're like, oh, it's believable. You're like, damn, is he really hurt? At least from what I've heard from people, they're like, no manches, did Penta get really hurt? I'm like, no. I'm like, he's an old school seller, just like fucking Eddie Guerrero Jr., Dominic. When he plays that heel, after work in podcast, he's still playing that heel, which is an old tradition.
Right. Yeah, you're right. He does be selling it a lot with his little injuries. Now, for me, it's like, well, in a way, like, not in a way, like, on a sad note, it's like, I'm obviously me going tomorrow. I'm like, they haven't announced that he's gonna fight, but I'm like hoping he's gonna fight, because I'm like, I want to see him live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what I've been noticing is like they don't really have obviously a feud with anybody yet. I guess they're just gonna throw random opponents towards him, and then eventually I'm assuming build a feud with someone. But for now, I think they're doing random.
There's a theory that it's Aleister Black, that he might be coming back to the WWE because of what Chad Gable did. That he went to Eddie Guerrero Jr. And he went to him and he's like, I want to practice the dark style of lucha. And who was the dark luchador? Aleister Black. So that's what they're saying. Do I agree with it? I wouldn't mind Aleister Black, but for him to be a new guy And for Penta to be a new guy, for them to feud right off the bat, one's gonna look bad by losing.
Right.
So I'm like, it's like, come on, Finn. You could do that with Finn because in a way, Finn's almost like a luchador. You can have a high style flying match with him, and he would be more up to beat. It's just that I don't know the WWE is telling him, hey, like, take it down a notch or two, so that people can see what you're actually doing.
Yeah, I mean that's a good possibility because, like, you're right. Like, I mean, again, I just saw it a lot as the exact same things against Chad Gable. You know, it's the exact same fight basically. That's what it was.
Yes, yes, and then of course we understand that the Myth went to SmackDown, just like the Wyatt Six are in SmackDown. Bailey is official in Raw. Who else came back? Who else is in Raw?
Nia Jax officially in Raw as well.
Yes, officially, and those are just basically they're getting new feuds for Rhea, which is good. But if you're having an overpowered Rhea, it doesn't matter who they're gonna put her with because she's never gonna be in danger.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, obviously Saturday night, main event. I mean, it was very predictable. It
Yes,
was very predictable with what the outcome was going to be of that fight, and obviously they just put the title on Rhea, and they're not going to take the title away from Rhea like that.
she'll be safe at least till WrestleMania when she fights
Right.
the winner of Wrestle if they choose her.
Right. Well, I mean, she's fighting regardless. I mean, what beside last 2 years ago, like when has the title not been defended at Mania?
No. What I'm saying is like you're not worried if she's gonna lose it unless it's the winner of WrestleMania.
You mean Royal Rumble?
My bad. Yes,
Yeah, got
Royal
it.
Rumble. There you go.
Right.
That's what I mean. Until the winner of Royal Rumble. I because main event happened this Saturday, I can't really remember much of what happened on Monday, other than the signings. I do know that because of SmackDown, Downtown Under is coming over here to Raw, so we're probably gonna finally get Theory coming face, maybe. Even though I kind of don't, he has a look of a heel. He doesn't have a look of a face.
I mean, well, I mean, I think it's just the way he portrays himself. Like, if you're gonna be a cocky like he is, then you're gonna think he's heel. But I think that's gonna be the main decider because he has a baby face. And you could easily make him a face because of it. But again, it just depends how he starts portraying himself and the character that he's gonna be. I guess moving on to what roles he'll be doing. I guess because I could see him as a face, but again, it just depends on how he puts himself out there in what way, the misdemeanor. You know.
True, true. Y luego we still have that little what's going on between Finn and the Judgment Day. Eddie Guerrero Jr. and Esta Liv Morgan. They haven't had a lot of screen time. Or do we know they broke up? Do we between Dominic and esta muchacha Liv? We don't know much if they're gonna break apart or not because at the end of the day, what's his face? Este güey technically escogió a Rhea, ¿verdad? Back at the end.
Right. I think yeah.
Technically.
I mean, if you pay attention, obviously when they were dating, he was posting her constantly on Instagram and stuff. Now he hasn't like posted her at all.
Yeah.
So it's like if you start seeing those little subliminals, like it's like okay, well they're technically like falling apart because all that little love is no longer there because he's no longer posting her and stuff.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that. So we'll see. I do know that because of the Royal Rumble, there's not a lot of storylines. They only continued 2 storylines, which was the Kevin Owens and Cody, and I think that was actually a little bit of Seth Rollins with Sami Zayn, the CM Punk thing, the Drew McIntyre thing. I don't like the fact that Drew lost again by a roll up. It's beginning to look like Drew, his kryptonite is the roll up or a surprise.
Right. I mean, it's not just him, but a lot of wrestlers be losing like that, and it's like, like it's kind of annoying.
It is.
Dustin was about to lose like that last night, but
in a way, it's to protect the fighter. Like, he's still looking strong even though he lost. Is to protect him. But it's just like it's annoying. Like if you're dominant, just let him win already. I I don't know where they're going with, in particular, each storyline. I do see Sheamus winning the Intercontinental at WrestleMania. I planted it because of the main event. The way I saw it, he is scheduled to win at WrestleMania. I don't see nothing else for him. So yes, I'm pushing it that far that he's going to be winning at WrestleMania.
I mean, but like, do you really see that matchup going all the way through to WrestleMania?
I see Ludwig beating Braun Breaker and Sheamus taking yes.
And then you obviously also have to keep in mind with John Cena, he's still waiting for his Grand Slam champion.
He's not gonna. They're not gonna give him. They're not gonna give him the Intercontinental.
You think they'd rather just him get a title run instead of an Intercontinental?
Legacy wise, it's better if he does that.
Right.
Unless he wins the Royal Rumble, becomes a WrestleMania champion by beating Gunther or Cody, mostly Gunther. Como se llama, then losing the title 2 months later, and then going after Sheamus, Braun Breaker, whoever the Intercontinental is, give him 2 runs in a year, and that'll be a perfect send off también. Or the other way around, where he faces Braun Breaker at WrestleMania, he loses the title later on to Sheamus, let's say, and then he went off to get his 17th against Randy Orton because Randy Orton beats Cody. And it's just puzzle after puzzle. If you wanna make it that way, where he becomes a Grand Slam champion and then gets the 17th title,
right?
If you wanna do it that direction.
I mean, obviously, like you said, there's various directions you could go with. I'm sure he's gonna get both the Grand Slam and the 17th. I don't think he should get 17th. I don't think he should be the one to break that record. But it's gonna happen.
But at this particular moment, who else would you think can have it?
What was that?
He has to start young. I mean, like you have to. There's some bullshit that happened. Like for instance, when he beat Rey Mysterio on the night that he technically had lost on Sunday on SummerSlam. Was it no? Was it SummerSlam? I forgot what pay per view was it that he lost. And then CM Punk vacates the title. Then there's a tournament. Rey Mysterio wins it in the first day, and then that same night John Cena wins it. So in a way, I'm like, how can Cena be a face by not allowing Rey Mysterio to have at least 1 week to a good run? So there's a lot of iffy things about that. Other than that, if you're saying right now, I don't think he's the one. I don't see no one else. Roman's too old.
Well, I mean, Roman has to catch up to begin with, but obviously Roman has that title of fourth place, the longest held championship, which in my opinion, they might as well just keep going with it. I don't know why the hell they ended it, but it is what it is, right? But I mean, the only one that's close to breaking it would be Randy Orton. And in the perfect world, yeah, you want one of the two to break the record is you let Randy Orton catch up to 16, and then somehow, I don't know how, you'll make a stipulation of them going for the title at 17. The only way of that happening would be Orton losing the title to somebody else. That somebody else gets injured, and then it's like, hey, injured, and the title becomes vacant. So now we're gonna have a tournament for the title. And there you go. You have John Cena versus Randy Orton for the 17th.
And for his last match.
And I mean, sure, that'll be at the end of December. When it happens, if they're to go that route.
Because that's what they're saying. If you had to choose someone for John Cena's last match, who would it be? I'm like, there's a lot of potential. Let's just say if Edge comes back, Edge can easily be that guy. You have Randy Orton, who can be that guy. Rey Mysterio was a big part of John Cena as well. Como se llama? When John Cena was a bad guy. We're talking about way in the beginning. That's when Rey Mysterio was around. CM Punk. In a way, Cody was around there también. Other than that, Sheamus was a good heel with him también. So there's a lot of older ones que están ahí. Either los new ones, I can only see Gunther. De los new ones.
Braun Breaker. I feel like Braun Breaker, Gunther. Yeah, that's about it.
Because unless Cody goes heel. Because
I'm sure he's gonna go heel at some point. I mean, there's been parts where he has been showing signs of a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, people are not taking it as a heel, but there's been signs where he is showing,
Y, y cómo se llama?
Homelander.
The only thing that I've been liking, I'm like, if Kevin Owens goes on this run as a heel and continues to be a heel till Cena retires, I believe Kevin Owens should do that favor. He should be the last guy.
Yeah, they have their history too, and obviously Kevin Owens always carries no matter who he wrestles with.
Yep.
So that's a great option as well. Yeah.
Because the only thing is like, unless you're gonna give someone like Ilya, Carmelo, Penta. No, I don't think Penta could. Unless Penta goes heel, I don't see he can be his retirement fight. Because I know that WWE usually likes to use a young superstar to get that win so they can have that for them. Como Roman Reigns, cuando technically it was Undertaker's last match, but he came back again.
Right.
¿Cómo se llama? Kurt Angle con este güey, el pinche, I forgot his name. I never liked that fool. Era partner de Braun Breaker in NXT. Baron Corbin.
All right. Yeah.
Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair was different. You know, that's the cause. In a way, Stone Cold came back for one more match, and that was Kevin Owens. But The Rock did him that favor of being his last because Stone Cold wanted that. I think Hulk Hogan's last match at WWE, I think it was Brock Lesnar.
I don't even know about that fight, but
Yeah, it was on SmackDown, and he put him in a sleeper.
I see.
He tried to hook up, y nunca pudo. Plus, now he's getting booed out of that. But and funny, if that was their last two fights together between Brock and Hogan, they're probably the most hated guys right now at the moment.
No, I think like McMahon's the one that's hated. I think people still want Brock to come back, and obviously that'll be a conversation we have in a bit later on. But I do feel like people would rather see Brock back than McMahon back, like 100%.
Yeah, I don't think Vince is coming back. I don't want him back.
According to rumors, wait, you said Lesnar?
No, Vince. I don't want him back.
According to rumors, McMahon's starting up his own little wrestling company.
I read that too.
Yeah.
I actually saw his documentary, and it was pretty cool. I liked it.
It's really good. I was putting me to sleep every single night, so I was like, yeah,
no. All right, now for SmackDown, because we had to carry it on to main event, there was not a lot no hubo mucho de qué hablar, other than you can tell that Pretty Deadly is going to be the ones who are going to be DIY for the belts.
I wish it wouldn't, but yeah, it's going that way. It's looking that way. But I honestly don't like them as a tag team or even as a part of the show. But it's obviously this coming. No, it's tomorrow or next Friday when they're facing against more Machine Guns.
Mm-hmm.
It's next Friday. So I enjoyed the little few matches that Motor Machine Guns defended the titles. But I know shenanigans is gonna happen on Friday night where it's not gonna let them win.
Yeah, and then obviously Ken Masa, man, I'm telling you, like, because of the main event, I didn't see a lot of matches that I remember good. What's it called? Who was on the main event for Friday? I know it was a good match too. Oh well, no, yeah, it's because the main event basically, like the promo that Jacob Fatu cut, badass promo, freaking promo, and that LA Knight versus Tonka, really good match. I mean, I really liked it. Hey, what's it called? That little brawl that they had before the main event, that was pretty cool too. What was another one? I'm telling you, I can't, like, in a way, SmackDown is like, it's just when you have too much wrestling in one week or something, it's like, se te olvida. So I'm gonna literally jump into the Saturday main event. This is just the only reason why I don't like the main event. When there's title matches, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, the way I saw it was, I knew Jay was not gonna beat Gunther because again, Jay had already declared for the Rumble. Rhea and Nia Jax, they just threw this up, as a, hey, let's go ahead and put something else on the card. So let's make this happen. And obviously they just gave the title to Rio. Like, ain't no way Rio was gonna drop it 1 week after she got it. You know. As for the Intercontinental, that was the only one that I saw like, okay, this could happen
Yes, yes.
because Baker has held it for a while already. Sheamus is like really over right now. Like, okay, maybe this might actually happen here. So
Mhm.
that was the only one I could see being dropped, which still didn't happen. But well, according to Jesse the Body Ventura, the ref counted to three. He should have called the match, but I mean,
That's true. That's true. And then, what's it called? So está ese. The that was the from what the little bit of the highlights that I rewatched and everything. That looked like a badass match. The Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. That was a really good freaking banger. And I really wanted Sheamus to win, but because I saw too many titles on the line. What's it called? I did not expect any of them to win. Any of the new challengers win.
right.
Did you see the Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman?
I
And if you
saw
did,
it. It's just it was really again. So when I texted you the other day, yesterday when I texted you, it was I just hate the fact that they put commercials mid match. It's like, bro, they just started. Now there's a commercial. You come back from a commercial and it already ended.
yeah,
So it's like, it looks like the fight is really short, but really obviously there's a whole commercial break in between, which makes the fight look shorter than what it really is. Obviously,
yeah,
the live fans might see more than us, but we obviously missed that little chunk. Now the match is not going to end in the middle of the commercial break, but obviously once we get back, and it's like in this case, the match was like it started commercial, it ended with a disqualification because of Jacob Fatu or whatever.
and I,
And I feel like it started off strong, but they just got tired right away. Like they got worn out basically.
yeah,
By the time it ended.
I do love that I, I do love that they what's it called that he destroyed Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that was something that was like, damn, they're making you look stronger and stronger each time, especially when you're beating bigger people like this.
Yes, 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 yes. And I don't understand how Jacob Fatu can be that good in the ring and that good in the mic. It's and it take, I know that he had a lot of what's it called? ¿Cómo te puedo decir? He had a lot of practice in the on the indies, but he's just so good. He's just so good.
See, when he was like just it's moonsault after moonsault after moonsault, I was just like, is somebody gonna come out and make that the feud that's coming up for Jacob, or like what's going on? Because like obviously he just kept going. Nobody obviously stopped him until he stopped by himself. But I'm like, I was expecting for someone. But I was like, who the hell's gonna show up though to like
Yes,
help,
no one,
bro?
because no one, unless it was LA Knight.
Basically, because I'm like, really, there's nobody out there that's gonna, it has any feud with Jacob Fatu as of right now, But
The only thing is like it's the only thing that I'm hating about this because I know that Finn did it to Priest. Now this fool did it to Braun. Like I don't like the fact that the one part of this was este cómo se llama el güey who got injured Bronson
Mhm.
with the tsunami on Seth, and I know that they did that as a storyline because Seth was truly injured. Like
Right.
he was injured, so they did that to get him out of the public eye, right? So
Right.
when he did that, or he went on vacation, whatever, and then I think he did it on who else? He only did it like two times with Flash on another wrestler. He didn't overdo it, but then you got Finn doing three coups, and then you have this for doing the moonsaults, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, yes, when we see it one time, it's fun, but don't overdo it. The perfect one is the Big Show. The when they break the ring. When he did it with Brock Lesnar, amazing. He did it with Mark Henry, wow. And then he did it with Braun. Well, I think Braun did it with Henry. I forgot con quién era. And I was like, okay, but at least that happens every 10 years.
Right.
Like,
It's far and in between.
yes. So, like for instance, right now, who am I expecting it with? If Braun Strowman were to do it, or Bronson Reed were to do it with Omos, if he ever comes back.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll do it with Braun Breaker and someone big.
Braun Breaker's not big enough though.
Not right now. I mean, he's young. He's gonna get bigger with time. Proven,
Yeah, he is like 24, no algo así.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he is, but he's young. So that's why I'm like, okay, he's young and he's already kind of big. Yeah, but obviously with time they get bigger. So I know at some point he's gonna be looking as big as Brock Lesnar. At some point in his
No,
career.
I see what you mean. I know where you're heading to, and of course the main event. Oh, I did text you. I was like, expect Shawn Michaels to get pile drive. I didn't expect a switch in music.
I was expecting Michaels to be out after that, but then obviously it didn't happen. But I was expecting something to happen with Shawn Michaels. Yes.
Yes, I was like, okay. Obviously, Gunther looked too strong in that match.
Yeah, I mean Gunther. I mean, he's like that. I'm just saying, like his
Gunther
intercontinental run, he looks stronger than his
heavyweight run.
run. So it's like he has to get that prestige back somehow if they want to keep having him hold it, hold that title.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
At that point, it's like, okay, well, you gotta start like now is the time to drop it. Pero like if you want them to continue holding it, then you gotta start building up the prestige of his strength or whatever.
Yeah, and then of course Rhea winning, como si nada. We knew that was going to happen, and like not to be fucked up, but I'm kind of over it. So like I don't care. I don't care about her run. That's why in a way I like Liv because at least we knew that she was weak, but she was using a lot of cheating tactics.
Right. Yeah.
And she was actually showing pretty good matches with people on her size. When she wrestles someone big, she always looks very scrawny and being weak. But when she someone her own size, she always looks good. I hated the fact that that Rhea's champion now and she's over and we have to accept it and we can't do nothing about it. It's just that she's too OP'd.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say she's too OP'd. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I see what you're saying, but but really, who has she been fighting? Really, just Liv and Nia Jax. Now, don't get me wrong. No, in the real world, I don't think anybody would beat Nia Jax. I don't think we have Nia Jax. But it is what it is. Yeah.
I will say this: Jimmy versus KO was a pretty good match on SmackDown, and the Carmelo and Priest was an actually pretty good SmackDown. Priest is with Raw now.
With SmackDown.
Oh, perdón. Yes, and I think they didn't mention this, but I do believe Drew's going to SmackDown.
Well, they haven't mentioned it because right now Drew is just fighting everybody, both in SmackDown and in Raw. So really, he's going both ways right now.
And then who I thought I heard LA and I went to Raw, but I might be wrong. I believe Roman's gonna be there tomorrow with you guys. So
according to what he said back when he won Tribal Combat, I'll be there. Give me whatever 20 days or whatever.
Yeah.
So he should be here tomorrow. And according to my theory, The Rock should also be here tomorrow.
Okay. So you think they are gonna set it up? They are gonna set it up.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah.
All right. Well, we can talk about this on Wednesday if we have a chance. If your theory was right.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to give you just Raws on Wednesdays, and then either pay-per-view and SmackDown on Sundays. That's what we're trying to work on a schedule right now. But your theory is that The Rock is going to come out on Monday, and obviously you're a lucky bastard if you are, because I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock. Because when Raw was here on Anaheim, it wasn't on televised, but CM Punk was in the building.
Yeah, he was injured, but he cut a whole promo for I saw that on TikTok or whatnot. But
it wasn't televised, so I was pretty pissed at my friends. I was like, "Fuck, I should have gone." We're gonna touch on the Royal Rumble now. Before we get into the guys, we have to touch the girls. Who's your final four? Obviously, the surprise entrance, and most likely at number 30 is gonna be Charlotte Flair. They ruined it. They should have never cut that promo.
It's not that they ruined it. There's somebody bigger than Charlotte Flair who's going to be a surprise entrance.
Okay, who do you think that bigger is?
So this is the final four. Number 30 is being AJ Lee. I honestly feel like AJ Lee. They did the same thing with CM Punk and Randy Orton last year with Survivor Series or whatever 2 years last year, right? Mm-hmm. So AJ, because we already know Charlotte Flair's coming back. We already have an idea Becky Lynch is coming back. We also have an idea the Bellas, or at least one of the Bellas, is coming back because she was run. I don't know Monday night Netflix. Um, so, but it's like, why do you announce Charlotte Flair? And obviously, with the idea of the other two, okay, well, everybody's already expecting that. Like, so for the announcement of one of them, then that means somebody bigger has to come back. And not bigger, but obviously, like someone who hasn't been around has to come back.
Because my thing was probably Jade Cargill.
Well,
she's not big yet, but she has been out for a good fucking while now. It's 4 months that she's been out.
I mean, yeah, I could see that too, but I don't think she can get that much of a big pop. As let's just say, let's say they didn't announce Charlotte Flair. If they didn't announce Charlotte Flair, who gets more of a bigger pop, Charlotte Flair or Jade Cargill?
Charlotte, yes.
Like they already announced Charlotte Flair, like Jade Cargill wouldn't get a bigger pop than her, so they need somebody that's gonna get that bigger pop than Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
In this case, I believe it should be AJ Lee.
Now we know that even if you're a surprise entrance, you're not gonna win it. So do you believe AJ Lee would win it?
No.
All right. Now this is your theory because you're saying AJ Lee. Now by having AJ Lee, is that just a one-off for just a surprise, or is she gonna do like a 1 year run?
At least a year run. She'll be. It was not gonna be a one-off. It's gonna be at least 1 year. After a year, probably I don't see that happening, but 1 year for sure.
And you don't see a legend coming out. You don't see esta Tori Wilson, Lita, Trish Stratus.
I mean, potentially Trish Stratus because she's been more active out of all the bunch. And WWE as of recent dates, but I honestly don't think no legends are coming out this time around. Unless if it's who was it, Michelle McCool, Undertaker's wife, maybe her. But I mean, I think she was just there last year. I think she was in a fan or whatever, and she took over to get in. But I don't think that there will be any legends this time coming around.
No Beth Phoenix. No, she's over there on ¿cómo se llama? AEW. Probably someone from TNA that we both don't know. So
right, yeah, that obviously will still happen because it was still collab. But
the NXT, probably we're gonna get some people from NXT that we don't know because I don't really follow the girls wrestling much, but just basically Raw and SmackDown las poquitas que hay. So me, I'm still going with my gut. I'm still saying Jade Cargill will be number 30. She's coming back. She will be the pop. If it's not number 30, it's going to be Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair will win. For me, I have Charlotte Flair winning.
I have Becky Lynch winning.
She again?
But I mean, she's also. I mean, I get it. They both have been gone for a while, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure more people are more of a let's go towards Becky than Charlotte. But
and depending, well, like in my theory. Whoever's in the ring, when Jade Cargill comes out, and whatever reaction they have in their face, that's the one who did it. Or whoever Jade Cargill goes towards, either she's in the ring and someone comes out and she just reacts to it, or whoever's in the ring and she goes straight for them. Even if they have to eliminate themselves both, that's what we know is the one they attacked her. Right now, everybody's saying it's Noemi. Noemi, right? Yeah.
Naomi?
Huh?
Naomi,
yes. And I wish it was la otra.
Bianca Belair?
Yes, because I don't like her, so I just want her to be a bad girl.
I mean, I don't like her either, but I don't know if she's ever going to turn heel.
And let me just put it this way. People were not racist because people are saying that there's other TikTokers and all that because I'm racist because they don't like Bianca or Jade. I want to just put it this way. I fuck with Carmelo. At first, I hated him. I'm fucking loving this kid now. I can't wait for him to run with the belt because even though he's those scary guys, not scary guys, but los que tienen miedo, como the Miz style, he still gets down in the ring.
I mean, he's great at wrestling and on the mic, but obviously I know that once Trick Williams comes up, I know that's going to be a great
for sure.
match. And then eventually a one-on-one with each other, but
it's got to be for a belt, I mean.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So your last four girls.
We'll go with Charlotte, Becky, the Asian you keep talking about. I forgot her name. Io Sky.
Yes.
Io Sky, and then if she comes back, AJ Lee.
If she doesn't,
and she doesn't, then Liv.
Oh shit, I forgot. That's true. She can be a potential. I actually see her getting eliminated right away. Not right away, but like in the middle. My final four is Charlotte, and I'm gonna go by the ones that I know that are coming back. So I'm not gonna mention esta güey, la de orange hair, la esposa de Seth. I forgot her name again.
Yeah, Becky Lynch.
Usually the people that I don't like, usually I always forget their names. Right. So Becky Lynch, I don't like. So I'm gonna go by who is wrestling right now and who has cut a promo or we've seen a promo. So Charlotte Flair, I'm gonna go with Nia Jax, BBL Bailey, and ¿cómo se llama? Na Raquel, la amiga de no, one of the champions, the one from SmackDown though, the Intercontinental Champion, no, U.S. Champion. I forgot her name though. She wrestled Penta, something green.
Ashley Green.
That's her name?
Ashley Green? Yeah.
No, no, no. I forgot. Well, the U.S. Women's Champion. Sorry, people, we're not hardcores, we're casuals, but we love wrestling, and I had them as the final four without any surprises or anything like that. I should have said Bianca Belair though, because she's gonna hopefully right, unless Noemi eliminates her, and then Jade Cargill comes down and like, oh shit. Anyways, we got into it too much, guys.
Okay, no, hold on. The reason why I'm saying Liv, the only reason why I'm throwing her in there is because you're saying like throw her like midway through the match. I'm like, she was champion for this long. Like, ain't no way they're gonna be like, all right, you're done. Let's go ahead and bury you now, and you gotta go back to mid Carter / non-existent. You know.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I
don't like it. It's just not for.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Now, as for the men's wrestling, well, I'm gonna do it a little bit different. Obviously, we gotta say the final four, but who's the first two?
I think I'm gonna go because I think it's gonna happen. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Oh,
wait. No. Kevin Owens not in it because he's fighting.
Oh, that's right.
Unless if he decides to jump in right after he loses to Cody Rhodes, okay, I'm going into the Rumble because But I was thinking that because obviously I know they're heading in that direction for WrestleMania. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think. I mean, as much as I wanted to be CM Punk, I don't think it's gonna be CM Punk because he's just too old for him to be the Iron Man of the match and then still win it. You know, if he wins it.
You gotta think of someone that can do Ironmans, someone that can do literally an hour or at least 30 minutes, unless they're gonna eliminate them right away. But still, even 1, 2, and 3, they're gonna do an hour if they don't get eliminated quick. So story wise, give me Jay and Jacob.
Jay?
No, John, Jimmy.
Jimmy and Jacob?
Jimmy and Jacob. Jimmy and Jacob. Give me Jimmy and Jacob. Story wise.
I think I'm trying to think of a storyline going on right now that could potentially be a 1 and 2.
Drew and este way el Rollins.
That's what I have in mind. Drew and Rollins, I know they could both put it up and stay for a long period of time. And obviously right now they're over with the company. So I think I'm going in that direction of Drew and Seth.
Now, there's a lot of people saying that it should be Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, which I wouldn't. We haven't had another 1-on-1, right? We haven't had a 1-on-1 on them for a good while. And I'm okay with it. My personal favorite, if I can choose a wrestling match, because we're going to get at least 5 minutes of these guys, give me fucking Andrade and Penta.
To start it off? Or just...
To start it off. 1 and 2.
I mean, yeah, that actually would be a good one. That'd be a really good one.
And it's a SmackDown guy and a Raw guy, so we don't really have ¿cómo se llama? Storyline. It's just two guys going at it, two Mexican, not legends, but dos Mexicanos who can go at fast pace. And if you can, and hopefully right there, Andrade and Penta is like, you know, fuck WWE, let's do our thing.
Right.
And at least they'll get 5 minutes before they get interrupted by another guy.
Good person, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I would want. Plus, his entrance is always good. The Penta.
I mean, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. It is really good.
Now, surprise entrances.
I mean, obviously, it's not a surprise with Randy Orton. That's the surprise. As for actual surprises, I don't want to say The Rock because I don't think The Rock's gonna be an entrant at the Mania. I mean, at the Rumble, sorry. So I don't want to say him to be a surprise entrance, but I really can't think of any guys besides again TNA guys, NXT guys, um, like Joe Henry. Like I believe he's gonna be there again.
Yes.
He's gonna be there again.
uh, for for a surprise, I'm really looking at Aleister Black.
But I think it's not. I think it's too soon. Unless they're trying to start the feud with Penta and like you had mentioned, then you want to start it now because obviously Mania would be the next big pay per view. So then you start it now. Then that's gotta be a good. But I think it's too soon to bring them into the story of Gable.
De allí otro surprise, big name. Who's injured right now? Oh, Ilya.
Who?
Ilya.
Oh, Dragunov.
Yes, but he's not gonna get a big pop because he wasn't getting a big pop when he came back. So, the champion from NXT, the new champion, I forgot his name.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't remember his name. Like Dion, I think it was like Dion or something like that.
And then I've been hearing that John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL.
Oh,
no way. He's been on the independent circus, so he's fit to wrestle for a legend.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes, for legends, I have him, Booker T, and I think that's it for legends. I don't have no one that might be able to wrestle unless they somehow manage to get someone from AAA, bring a real Pentagon, which is an octagon, but they're not gonna do that. Get someone from AEW, maybe MJF.
Well, that's not gonna happen. But I will tell you this: Jeff Hardy, because he's currently with TNA. The shit he said, obviously it's not a diss to anyone, but obviously he said, "Hey, if I was sober, I would have been bigger than John Cena." I do agree with that statement, but that's one of them. Two, Bad Bunny, because he won't get a pop, and because guess who's about to start his tour? Bad Bunny, so he kind of has to get it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's marketing. And then one of the fucking YouTubers. I already know it because obviously Triple H just invited ISO in the backstage, so there's got to be a YouTuber coming out beside of that.
So you don't think it's Logan Paul?
No, I mean he's not a surprise, but I know he's gonna be in it. You know?
All right, and then you have your final four and your winner.
All right, Roman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre.
Oh shit! You don't even have Cena up there.
Because I already told you, Cena's not. It's just not gonna happen. But I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen. Like, he'll be probably 5, but they're gonna get like. Oh shit! No wait. I said Roman, CM Punk, Seth. Yeah, I mean that's the way you gotta go. You have 5 and 6, Orton and Cena.
Who was it? Okay, so it was CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. You said Drew McIntyre?
McIntyre, yeah.
And then you got Randy and Cena. You have all the bangers up there. You have no new one.
You have to go with hey, we want to make it as unpredictable as possible to who's gonna win. You throw the Randy and Cody scenario. You throw the John Cena and Cody scenario. You throw the Roman Reigns and Cody scenario. You throw the CM Punk. He's not going for Cody. He's going for Gunther. And Seth Rollins, he obviously won a title. So, Gunther and Drew McIntyre, who's like, hey, I need my title. So that'd be either Cody or Gunther. But my winner out of, that I'm having in mind is CM Punk. Because I'm like, there is no way. Obviously, he came back 2 years ago. Or sorry, last year. 2 years ago. No, I don't remember anymore. He came back in 2023. Yes, 2023. He got injured, missed his Mania. This will be the second Mania back, right?
Yes,
So
it was
this will be,
2024.
yeah, he came back 2024. I don't know, whatever. But regardless, this will be his second Mania back. And it's like, you're really not gonna have him main event again? Then okay, fine. You're pushing him back a whole other year. You're into a third-year term with
Where,
CM Punk.
where he's getting injury prone.
So it's like he's getting older, injury prone. So like at that point, when he's gonna get his main event at Mania, which if I'm not mistaken was the reason why he came back because he's
Hey,
60.
not everyone gets a main event moment, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying they don't. However, CM Punk wins. He's going to go after Gunther, and guess what? Gunther hasn't got the title, and guess what? Gunther is starting to look strong. Okay, perfect. Who's the perfect man to be thrown him at Mania? Because he's strong, then that'd be CM Punk.
All right. So you have CM Punk winning.
Yes.
All right. My final four is John Cena. I actually have Priest in there because they've been pushing him so hard. They have. I want to go with the Yeet Men because they have been pushing him so far. And I'm going to have to go with Roman. Oh, no, that's 5.
That's 4. You said Cena, Jay.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Remove Jay and put CM Punk because I have CM Punk winning.
Okay.
I have CM Punk winning. John Cena, Priest, Roman, and then the Yeet Man can be 5th. I don't know why WWE loves him because, like I said, he only has that Yeet, and his moveset sucks. Everything sucks about it, and that's all he does. And pues, ¿qué se puede hacer? These are our predictions, and hopefully they stick. I'll see you on Wednesday. We'll figure it out, people. We'll give you a new schedule. Like I said, I want to split these days. Porque let's say on Wednesday, if The Rock comes out, you're gonna be there. So you actually gonna tell me everything. I want to hear that experience on Wednesday. And then obviously on Saturday is the Rumble. So we're not even gonna be able to talk about SmackDown because we're gonna be so in tune to the Rumble. And then of course, we'll talk about it then.